This one's from Yardbarker. One offseason roster ad for each NFL team that fans should be excited for the Browns, they say Jerry Jeudy. Cleveland made a strong effort to add receiving help in 3 consecutive offseasons. Jeudy, their biggest addition this year, former Broncos first-round pick, has struggled to reach his potential, but he's still only 25. The other thing about that, they're judging him relative to other guys that were in that draft class that he came out in, and where he was a first-round pick. It's kind of like people judge Jedrick Wills with the Browns.
One of the most difficult things with the wide receiver position, and as far as the draft is concerned, is fit and where you go, who's grooming you, and who you're playing with. Jerry Jeudy's first year, those quarterbacks were no longer around. His second year, Russell Wilson did not play well. Last year, Russell Wilson played a little bit more effective, but he certainly did not play like the Russell Wilson MVP, Super Bowl performer from the Seattle Seahawks that we all come to expect. So I do kind of, take issue, when people saying that, Jerry Jeudy has not reached his potential. If you put him in Kansas City, would the story have been different? If you had put him in Buffalo, would the story have been different? It's a lot of it comes down to, you can't throw yourself the ball is the old line that goes way back in the day. And look, Jerry Jeudy has had some drops at times. Certainly did miss a little time with Denver, but I think it's a little unfair, like to say that maybe he's a failure. If you want to say maybe he's a little bit more of an incomplete, like we don't know just yet. I think that would be a more fair and accurate way to describe Jerry Jeudy at this point in career. But what we know is obviously the Browns loved him during his draft cycle. They tried numerous times to acquire him. The moment they acquired him, they did not hesitate. It was less than 2 weeks before they gave him a long-term deal. And if you look at his statistical output, you would have thought the deal was maybe a little bit more richer than maybe his statistical output deserved. And then a couple of weeks after, we started to see what more and more wide receivers were getting extended for. And all of a sudden, that deal looked a lot more favorable. Certainly, you're probably expecting a more general production than what Jerry Jeudy's career averages are to this point, which I certainly think are attainable. But this could be a nice thing here for the next few years, and for the post Amari Cooper time in Cleveland for Deshaun Watson. And this is a Cooper maybe his one now, but it's nice to know that he probably hopefully has his number one of the future in Jerry Jeudy.